Well, hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Today is Wednesday, March 8th, 2017. We've got some great guests with us. My name is Pete Connor. I'm your host, and I'm just looking forward to both of our guests, who will be Kim Purscell from the Steele County History Center, and then followed by Brad Meier, who is the president of the Owatonna Chamber of Commerce. As a reminder, we always like to remind you that if you know of someone who needs some recognition, or if there is an event that's coming up that needs some publication, please let us know of that and get in touch with us either by writing Owatonna Today at charter.net or by calling Leanne Alt, our producer, at 390-5751 to let us know so that we might include somebody or something that's happening on an upcoming show. So we're now going to take a quick break for some messages from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with Kim. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
This March, as part of Minnesota Food Share Month, the Steele County Food Shelf hopes to raise $100,000 in cash or pounds of food. Minnesota Food Share contributes additional money based on our local donations. In 2016, 1,180 individuals living in Steele County registered at the food shelf. By the end of 2016, we had given out nearly 600,000 pounds of food. With your support, we are able to provide a monthly 10-day package of groceries to your neighbors in need. No one in Steele County should have to go to bed hungry. Thank you for your generous support of the Steele County Food Shelf.
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. With me now is Kim Purscell, the executive director of the Steele County History Center.
Historical
Society.
Yes, it
I
is.
could say that and still would be okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So we won't talk about the society versus the center because obviously, but you are there.
Yes, I am.
And so welcome, and I guess welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
We're going to talk about hopefully a number of things, one of which is called Romantica.
That's correct.
And that'll be kind of a fun thing to talk about, as well as other events that are happening at the History Center.
Right. So. You'll think that everything we do is centered around love, because last time I was here, we were talking about the Language of Love tour and Romantica. Mm-hmm. It's actually not as romantic as it sounds. No. The name of the band that's coming is called Romantica, and this is on St. Patty's Day. We're doing a concert. Very much like our Americana Showcase concerts, which we do each quarter. This is a group that we had last year on St. Patrick's Day. And so many people have heard of them, but are surprised that when they come, the music is Americana style, but the lead singer-songwriter for Romantica is Irish, and that's why we're having them on St. Patrick's Day. And it's a fun concert. They come in, they do a lot of storytelling, they put many of those stories into song, and so people it kind of takes you from giggling and laughing to some tears, and it's just a beautiful evening, very different than what you might experience if you go to the bars on St. Patty's Day. This is more where you'll sit together with your spouse or significant other, lean back into each other's arms, listen to this lovely music, and of course it's to support the Steele County Historical Society. And so we do have the wine and beer bar open, and a wonderful evening.
With food?
There is no food, other than just some little munchies on the table. So we encourage people to make it a date night, go out and take your love out to eat first, and then come to the concert. The doors will open at 6:30.
What date again?
St. Patrick's Day is Friday, March the 17th.
Okay.
And so it's just around the corner.
Right. Tickets?
Tickets are available either online or at the door, and it's $15 for non-members, or excuse me, for members of the Historical Society, $20 for non-members. And we'll be happy to sell memberships that night, so you get a discount.
Cool. Where do you find groups such as Romantica?
You know, we work with Corey Borchert of Legacy Signs, and with Brandon Sampson, who is kind of the head of the Americana Showcase group, and so they are connected with all these wonderful groups, and so yeah, we're just blessed through their connections that we just say, find us somebody good, and they have pulled through every time.
Yeah, where does Romantica come from?
They're out of the Twin Cities, actually. Yeah, and so the evening will open with Brandon Sampson, John Wheeler from 6 Mile Grove, which are from southern or southeastern Minnesota. And they are a true crowd favorite. Just wonderful music. And then we go right into Romantica. Yeah. So people can purchase their tickets online at steelehistorymuseum.org or at the door.
Sure. You talk about it being a fundraiser, and the last time we were here, we talked about a fundraiser. Raising funds is important to the success and the ongoing success of the History Center.
Very much so. We are a nonprofit. A lot of people think Steele County Historical Society is government, and that's not the case at all. We are completely self-funded through donations, through grants, through memberships, events. And so, it's something that we have to continually do. You know, we have a campus of 20 buildings between the History Center and the Village of Yesteryear, and that takes a tremendous amount of resources. And of course, we have 6 staff and about 300 volunteers. And so we try to be very, very frugal with our dollars, but there are certainly costs of staying legal and preserving things properly and just doing business, operations. Right? Exactly.
And fixed costs. You got electricity.
That's right.
You got heat.
That's right.
Water and all the whole business.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Great. So Americana Showcase, Romantica, and then what's coming?
Well, then later this month we have the Archeology Show, very much in line with a passion of mine, and it's an annual event, and so it's the Gopher State Archeology Show that comes in. They take over the whole History Center, set up displays of arrowheads and all sorts of different fossils and things that are found throughout the area. And people are just welcome to bring their items in and display it. And there are some people who are trying to sell some items that is not part of the Historical Society. That's a private deal. But we just encourage people to come in and take your time, walk through all the different displays. We'll have some lunch available so people can kind of just make a day of it.
I am amazed at the things that people find locally just by walking fields.
So true, so true. And it's kind of like treasure hunting.
Yeah.
You know, you go out and you come across something and then you just get bit by that bug. And you want to, not literally, but the bug of wanting to go out and do more treasure hunting and find things, and then the imagination just goes, and then of course people can come into the History Center and actually do research on their items.
And it plays exactly into what you're all about. It's history. I mean, we're talking antiquity history, ancient history.
Well, not as ancient as, if you were over in the Middle East.
I get that, yeah, but I mean for local.
But absolutely.
It's old. It is,
It
very,
is.
maybe before settlers were here.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
for sure. And it's truly a lot of fun. Can I also mention we're,
please.
as we're going into summer, that's when our biggest tourism season starts. And so we right now are looking for volunteers. Throughout May through the end of September, we do daily tours. And so it takes a tremendous amount of coordination with tour guides. And so we're looking for people. In fact, Pete, we'd love to have you become a tour guide. You love to be around people. You love history.
Right.
And, even for people who may not necessarily know a lot about history, but they would enjoy doing this kinds of thing. We have training coming up in the month of April. The first Monday of the Monday of each week through the month of April.
Okay.
And so we'll be providing that training and allow people to get out and feel comfortable with tour guiding. And then it's up to individuals as to when they want to do the tours. If they want to pick one day a week or one day a month, it's completely flexible. But we are looking at trying to add more tour guides for the summer.
When I think of the old, all of the old buildings, the real historic, the houses, and so forth.
Yes.
How static or how, I guess, how static are they? Do they change? Are they changeable? Are there things that added to those places?
Absolutely. We have very varying collections that we bring out. In fact, Jerry and Joanne have been completely reinterpreting the Donnell House and getting ready. And that's tremendously fun for them. They go through the collections and they find different items that they want to bring. And the thing is, it's not just items and artifacts that they're bringing out. They have stories behind it. And that's what is so fun when we're interpreting, is bringing out this particular person from Steele County wore this at this particular event. Or they're talking about a invention or something. But it's not just, take a look at this. Yeah. It's the story behind it. Sure, and so, that's an excellent question. Right now, we are preparing the village again now, interpreting the buildings and getting ready for tourism season. So if you came last year, you need to come again to see what's different.
Well, I did help during the fair.
Yes.
With the, I don't know what it was, county shop or
the town hall.
Yeah. And that was fun.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Great. Well, lots of things happening, as always,
yes,
at the Steele County History Center.
Yes.
Good to have you again.
Great to be here. Thank you
for being here, and best wishes for a really active summer and those two upcoming events.
Thank you so much, Pete.
Good. All right, Kim. And please stay with us. We're going to be right back after some words from our sponsors.
Looking for that perfect birthday party idea for your child? I have exactly what you're looking for. A pool or gym party at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. Hi, this is Brad. Contact me today at 774-7102 to schedule the party every child will love. Birthday party packages are available year-round. West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. My guest now is Brad Meier, who is the president of the Owatonna Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Brad.
Thank you.
And
great to be here.
Kind of a welcome back. You're kind of a regular. There are always things to talk about coming out of the Chamber of Commerce, right? And the first question, as you well know, I'm going to ask is, define area. When we talk about the Owatonna area, I would suggest that it's wider than the corporate limits of the city of Owatonna.
That's right. Yeah. That's a good question. Yeah. We've got members kind of throughout, not just Owatonna, but Medford and Rochester and Mankato, kind of throughout this whole region. The bulk of it, 95+% are here in Owatonna, but we like to be all-encompassing as a region.
Well, there's a reason for the chamber, and let's just push that just a little bit. Why would a person want to belong to the chamber?
You bet. So we're an organization made up of primarily businesses for the most part, and we're funded through their membership with our organization. And so there's a lot of different reasons. So we have 80% of our members are 1 to 10 employee companies. So they're looking for networking, marketing, how do I grow my business, right? So we provide educational things, ways for them to connect with the business community, ways to market to the business community, that kind of thing. But then kind of on a higher level, we have economic development, tourism's under our umbrella, Main Street, and also advocacy. So we're trying to be a voice for businesses where necessary with our local government, state government. We're trying to promote growth of new businesses coming to the area, growth of the ones that are here, all those things.
So the chamber, obviously, and you're affiliated with the Minnesota Chamber of Commerce, a lobbying group, so when you talk about your advocacy, you are part and parcel a lobbyist, if you will, for the concerns of your members.
Right.
But you're also a growth organization, as you indicate. They're trying to find people who are in need of certain things that you could provide them.
Exactly, and so we do a lot of that, you're right. It's a lot of connecting the dots, and somebody needs something over here, can it be provided by somebody over there? And we try to be the ones to make sure that happens.
Excellent. Yeah. So we've got something that we need to get on so we don't lose it, and that is the restaurant challenge.
Right.
We've been talked about. The restaurant challenge, why?
Yeah, we're excited about this. It's a program through our Main Street department at the Chamber, and this idea started with Melanie Sonnerborg, who is our Main Street director, about a year ago, and her and the committee decided to move forward with a retail challenge, which was really, really successful. The winner of that challenge was Straight River Rug Hooking and Fiber Arts, Joyce Weiss. And she's downtown in what was the Corporate Recognition Building. Corporate Recognition moved to another location. And then we had 3 other businesses that were finalists in that. They did not win the prize, but they have also opened businesses. And so there was just a lot of momentum. The next piece has always been this idea of a restaurant challenge and trying to identify some unique concepts, or somebody maybe has an idea that they needed to be pushed to kind of move that forward. And so that's the thought around a restaurant challenge.
Okay, so it's it could be for existing restaurants?
Yeah, so there's kind of 3 categories. So an existing that is going to add some significantly new feature to their business, or a second or third location that we feel like makes sense and would be beneficial to our community here, or just a brand new concept out of the chute where they want to start a restaurant. And part of this is there's going to be there's 3 phases, so they've got to kind of work through it, create a business plan. They'll be judged by a panel of community leaders and business leaders and some folks in the restaurant industry. So it's a bit of a process, but I think that's why we saw in the retail challenge once they went through that, they're like, well, I'm ready to open, right? Even though they didn't win. So we hope that the Restaurant Challenge spurs similar results.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any special location where the restaurants need to be? I mean, we talk about downtown, and we know that sometimes downtown is a tough sell.
Right.
To keep businesses, retail kinds of businesses open and open for a while.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. Well, the Retail Challenge was focused just on downtown, but as we got into this Restaurant Challenge, in the discussions from the city's EDA, Economic Development Authority, about having this challenge be open to the entire community. Sure. And so it is. There's some weight towards downtown because we still want to, we're working towards that revitalization, but it could be anywhere in the community. And we just want a successful plan and move it forward once they're open to be successful.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Something that I'd like to ask you about is and its impact on, especially downtown, is the idea of absentee ownership of our facilities. What is the census, if there is such a thing, of buildings that are owned by people who don't live here?
Who don't live here, yeah. That has risen up on the discussion scale here lately because we do have some properties, especially inner downtown, that are really sitting vacant, and the owner needs to take some responsibility for it. I don't have the exact percentage, but there's a fair amount of buildings that do have kind of absentee owners that don't live here, that kind of thing. The majority are here, though, for the most part.
Right. And I know that back in the so-called day, as that little euphemism is always used, back in the day when we'd have someone come in to do a little investigation about what we were like, how healthy were we. The idea was that there needs to be a good mix of businesses. It shouldn't be just all retail.
Right.
There should be some service. There should be restaurants. There should be other things so when a person comes to downtown, they can do a lot of things.
Right. Yeah, and you have a good perspective on this as well. It's kind of that ever-changing mix in our downtown, and it used to be such a retail center way back.
Sure.
Obviously, that's changed a lot with the interstate and businesses moving that direction, or even online now. That's changing the way things go. So really, what we look at is what kind of a mix can you have to draw people to that area? Because that's the whole key, of course, is you got to have traffic in that space to have businesses be successful. So it definitely is a combination, and some of that's service, right? I mean, if you're going to see your attorney, you're going to go wherever they're located. So if you can draw people to those spaces, that's good. Restaurants do the same thing, as does retail.
Well, you go to your attorney, and the next thing you know, you're having dinner or lunch at Costa's, or you move on up to the hardware store, or whatever the case is. As you say, we can do things, kind of in one fell swoop. Let me ask you about parking.
Sure.
That's another one.
Sure.
Historical
parking.
Things.
Right.
Meters are gone, and we have people, from OPD coming to chalk tires and so forth. How is the parking thing, as far as you know, working?
That's a good question. Since I've been kind of back my second tour of duty here at the Chamber, which has been since October, it has not been something that I've heard a lot as far as an issue. I know that was always a push by our Main Street efforts, was to map out, okay, here's where public parking is, this is how much time, those kind of things. So hopefully it's not a massive problem right now. It doesn't sound like it, unless you're hearing something different.
Yeah. Well, and I guess we've talked about this here already, but a big deal coming forward will be the raising of the old hotel and the movement of Ace Hardware into its new location.
Yes. The old Arnold House has been vacant for many, many years now, and unfortunately has become a kind of a blighted spot in the community. So we're really excited because Ace Hardware is a great operator. Dave Nyman's a great owner, and this will double his footprint in our downtown. It'll obviously leave an open building where he is today, but it's a very good building. He's kept it up. It's structurally good. He owns it. And so we're very optimistic that we'll get something into that space.
And I'll tell you what I like about that is the fact that it's, they're making it. It's a small business. They're making it in full view of the big box.
That's right. And they're competing directly with them. That's very true. And people are still going there, and both work. Yeah, which is really positive for us.
Good. Other things that you want to bring forward in the time remaining?
Yeah, absolutely. Since we're kind of talking about our main street, and we're going through a process, and we're hopefully very close to finalizing a new hire for a Main Street director, which we're excited about. It's hard to believe because we're still kind of in winter here, but the Flower Basket program is all raised through our Main Street. It's all private donations, and so that's taking place as well. And we've got a lot of other projects. We can't wait to have this person come in and champion for us in our downtown. And overall in the community, business is just incredibly strong right now. The economy is going
We've got
well.
a couple of things that we probably could have mentioned too. We've got Curly Girls down, and we've got Greens Market down. We're going to have them highlighted here in a day or so. So lots of things happening. Good to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Good. And so thanks for being with us today. And again, thank you for being with us, and we'll be right back.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And it's time for some community announcements. First of all, a reminder that daylight savings time begins this Sunday, March 12th. Remember to set your clocks ahead, key word there, 1 hour before you go to bed on Saturday. I'm going to get past this one. Celebrate International Women's Day on Wednesday, March 8th from 5 to 6 p.m. at Owatonna Central Park. The 2017 national theme for this year's event is Be Bold for Change. The first Women's International Day was held in 1911. Local Girl Scouts will lead the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by speakers, former State Senator Vicki Jensen and the Reverend Koki Conkey from Owatonna. All women and men are invited to attend. The event is sponsored by Steele County Indivisible, a grassroots group promoting human rights for all. St. Paul's Episcopal Church, of course, this year is having its Lenten Speaker Series, The Things We Treasure. In this week's, Jackie Oslin will be speaking. And it's free for the remarks. And if you want to stay for lunch afterwards, $6 for lunch. Main Street Owatonna has organized a restaurant challenge. An incentive package worth up to nearly $30,000 is available for one winning restaurant business that will open in Owatonna by March of 2018. The restaurant challenge is an entrepreneurial startup competition designed to spur economic growth in Owatonna. Business concepts eligible for the completion of our new restaurant businesses, second or third restaurant businesses from an existing location in another town, or a significant expansion of a current restaurant that includes an added business concept. A business concept is due by April 4th, 2017. And for more information, call Chamber President Brad Meier at 507-451-7970. And that'll do it for our show for today. Please tune in on Friday when we will be talking about Homestead Hospice House fundraisers, and then we will be on location at Greens Market. It's great to have you here. Take care, and I hope you'll be back on Friday.